What is up, guys? Welcome back to the You're Wrong NFL podcast. We got episode 18, our week 14 outlook. For all of our dedicated viewers out there, I'm so sorry I didn't post the week 13 recap. I forgot to post it. We recorded it.
That wasn't the recap. That was a week.
It was the outlook. Week 13 outlook. Okay. Either or. I forgot to post it. So for all the dedicated fans out there who were waiting at the door for the episode,
like I was,
I apologize.
Just waiting for him to post.
I had a busy week. I didn't get around to it.
He didn't do anything. He didn't have a busy week.
Yeah, I just got lazy. But we got a lot to get around to today, so we will make up for it. So we're going to start with a quick headline. It's kind of not really a headline, but I wanted to talk about it as a Jets fan. Jamal Adams is out for the rest of the year. I just wanted to make you guys aware the Jets absolutely robbed the Seahawks in that trade.
Well, I mean, everybody knew that before it even.
But it's even more prevalent now because, think about it. So the Seahawks have 4 or 5 wins. They're still the Jets pick that they got from the Seahawks is the 5th pick in the draft.
I know.
So right now the Jets have picks 4 and 5.
That's nuts to me.
Insane. They traded,
but they'll screw it up. They'll draft another Zach Wilson. They'll ruin everything.
They didn't screw up this draft.
They got Zach Wilson.
Okay, the jury's out on him still. He won Rookie of the Week. He just won Rookie of the Week.
Yeah, because Mac Jones only threw 3 passes.
Only rookie quarterback to win Rookie of the Week twice this year. Well, he's the only one to win it once, and he won it twice, by the way. I want to point that out there. So Zach Wilson's not as bad as everybody thinks.
Mac Jones won Rookie of the Month.
Yeah, but how do you win Rookie of the Month and not win Rookie of the Week in that
Consistency.
month?
It's average. Average over 4 weeks, and you go undefeated during that span.
Yeah, but like, all right, we'll get into Mac Jones later. I got to say my piece on Mac Jones later. But I just want to touch upon Jamal Adams, make it obvious to you guys that the Jets dominated that trade.
I'll agree with you there. That's
think about it. Since the Seahawks made that trade, they've gotten progressively worse.
Well, let's see who the Jets draft this year. If the Jets don't draft anybody good this year, then
well, clearly it didn't help the Seahawks because they've gotten worse with Jamal Adams. Jamal Adams went from 9.5 sacks to 0 sacks this year.
It's just they're not using him correctly.
Well, he should use the box safety. He shouldn't be using coverage ever.
No, not in coverage at all.
Anyway, so we're going to get to our next segment that we've done in the past, obviously plenty of times. We're going to do Pretender or Contender, where Gavin and I list a team and we say whether we believe they're a pretender or a contender for the Super Bowl. We're going to leave out teams like the Chiefs, the Bucks, the Cardinals, the Packers. Those teams, it's a consensus.
They're just obvious contenders.
They're a contender.
At this point, at least.
So there's no point in even talking about them.
Yeah.
But we'll start with the glorified, the honey of the NFL, the New England Patriots. Gavin, why are they a contender? Because I already know you're going to say it.
First in the AFC, baby. And they won a game by running the ball 40-something times and only throwing 3 passes. I mean, don't get me wrong, the weather was terrible. And the Bills' rushing defense is awful. Might I add
to be fair, though, if you take out that one big run, I mean, yeah, it was bad, but if you take out that one big run, that's a game changer. That one big run.
Well, if you take out N'Keal Harry being a dumbass and hitting his helmet against the wall on that muff punt, dude.
Touche. I don't know why he's a football player still. He needs to be cut.
He's a good blocker. He's a good blocker.
He serves no purpose.
He did very well blocking in that game. Securing the edge, unbelievable job.
Okay, so that one game was the most important game of his career.
His dumbass should not have been in that backfield for that punt. That was just stupid.
Yeah, you mean to tell me that the best special teams in the league...
They had 2 people back. On that punt.
Right, but I'm saying the Patriots have the best special teams in the league, and they can't find somebody better than N'Keal Harry to put back there?
I don't know what they were trying to do.
You usually don't put next receiver back there.
I don't know even why anybody was back there to begin with. The ball's going to go into the damn end zone.
Yeah, it was bad.
That was kicking into the wind.
Yeah.
He could have tapped it. I could have went out there and kicked the damn ball and would have went in the end.
That game was fun to watch. That game was football porn.
I enjoyed that game. A lot of people were saying no.
And that's the thing. You know what I've realized lately is...
People just want points.
That's the thing. People think scoring equals boring. Or no scoring equals boring. And it couldn't be farther from the truth.
Yeah.
If you're a football fan, you like a cold-weathered, tough
mentality game. I mean, that was the extent of a cold-weathered
Okay, that was the extremity, yes.
It's
but I'm saying,
we could back it up a few notches.
But I'm saying, if you go to, that's like saying that any game in Lambeau in December is not a good football game because there's not as much scoring.
I think those are the best games to watch.
Exactly. Because that's football to a T.
Yeah.
You know? But anyway, so I will say my piece on this. Obviously, the Patriots are a contender. I've come a long way. I used to say they were a pretender. And this is not a knock on Mac Jones. Disclaimer. Okay? I'm not knocking Mac Jones here. This quarterback could be Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, or Tom Brady. Take the quarterback out of the picture.
Quarterback's out of the picture.
You threw the ball 3 times as a team, and you beat the reigning AFC runner-up. Again, not a knock on Mac Jones. But that, to me, this game,
Well, I mean, huge
you
budget.
throw 3 times and you beat a team that throws 30. This,
They
to
do
me,
throw 30.
shows me how strong of a football team, quarterback excluded, how strong of a football team the Patriots are. Between roster and between coaching, they might be the most complete team in the NFL at this time.
I mean,
And it might not be close. They have a top 5 defense, top 7, 8 offense, and they're the best special
hey,
teams.
you're gassing my team here. I agree, but I mean, I don't think they're the top. I mean, Cardinals
For what?
for just
The
all
full
around
team?
full team.
And again, that's
Because I mean, they're getting back to healthy. That's why.
But let me ask you a question: could the Cardinals go out and win a game only throwing the ball 3 times? I don't think so.
Not a chance. I mean, depends who they play, obviously, and they're like,
So let's
if
say
you have to go out and do that.
so
if
they're in
you
the
have to go-
NFC. If they went and played, who's the NFC runner-up? The Packers.
Yeah.
So if they played the Packers and threw the ball 3 times a game, you think the game's even close?
No, not even close. Not a chance.
That's my point.
Well, because the Packers. Well, that game you can't really go off of that game just because the weather was just insane. 50
Oh,
mile an
I
hour
agree.
wind gusts. Are you
Right.
kidding me?
But I'm just saying, like, say the Cardinals played in that, and they only throw the ball 3 times a game. I think
You put the Cardinals playing in that game, and Buffalo gets Buffalo. Buffalo wins that game.
I mean, I think it's a great coaching job by Bill Belichick. 1, you showed that you're a much better coach than Sean McDermott, and 2, a point that
well, I
Bill
mean that
Belichick-
was obvious. If
Right,
anyone questioned
obviously.
that, you're a moron.
Obviously. And another point that Bill Belichick made himself, they didn't show any of their passing plays on tape for when they play in Week 16. So the Bills have no film from this year to go on in their passing game.
It's true. Why
Yep.
don't you just look at other games?
Right, but a lot of teams run different schemes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're not going to run the same plays against the Patriots that they'd run against the
I mean,
Chiefs.
I think they're going to do very similar. I mean, they're obviously not going to throw the ball only 3 times. I think they'll throw the ball maybe 15. I don't think much more. The Bills' rush defense isn't that good.
No, it's a torque.
It's not good.
It's been a problem all week,
Yeah.
all year. Look what Jonathan Taylor did.
Yeah, that's why I think they're going to. I think the Pats at least have their game plan for next time.
Oh, yeah. Run the ball.
Yeah, and it's in New England. It's at home. That helps. Probably going to be snowed in the damn game, which, I mean, obviously it snowed a little bit the other day.
Okay, now before we move on, I
That
want
took us a while.
to take the Mac Jones disclaimer off because now I'm going to make a comment about Mac Jones.
Of course you are.
I have to. And this is where I'm going to make kind of like a peace treaty, okay?
Sure.
As much as you get mad at me for shitting on Mac Jones and saying he's not good, right? There's a fine line. I say he's not good. You say he's great. Meet me in the middle.
I say he's good.
Okay.
I say he's good. I
Meet
don't
me
say
in,
he's great. He's
meet
not
me
great
in the
yet.
middle. Meet me in the middle. And I want you to publicly say that after watching that game, they threw 3 times. That shows you can't compare him to other rookie quarterbacks because the situation is much, 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 much better times 100. And
Well, see,
2,
I'm not gonna. I can't agree with that because weather circumstances, dude.
whether the Bills played in the same weather and they threw 30 times.
He threw 15. He threw 30 passes. He had 15 completions.
Yeah, 50%. But he still threw
Not
30
good.
times.
Well, the
know, the
Patriots-
one-possession
the
game.
Patriots could have thrown the ball that much more. It shouldn't have been a one-possession game.
Also, do you
Which
think...
proves your point more.
So, I mean, game plan-wise, yes, it's a good game plan, but 2, do you think that maybe he didn't trust Mac Jones to throw in that weather? Or do you think he trusted his team to go out and
he
win
trusted his
regardless
team
of
to go
throwing?
win. It's,
Okay. I'm just saying, meet me in the middle.
Throw the ball in that weather when you don't have to?
Okay,
Because it's
I
just
get
easy
it.
for mistakes.
I get
Look
it.
Look at how many fumbles there were.
I get it. I'm saying just meet me in the middle and just say that, like, Mac Jones, especially out of all the rookie quarterbacks, is in the perfect situation for a rookie quarterback to be in. Is that not true?
Well, for himself, yes.
Right.
You
You're
put
the
a
best-
mobile quarterback there.
You have a
it's not gonna do
similar
shit.
system to Alabama's. You have the best head coach of all time, one of the best offensive coordinators in the league, and you have a top 5 all-around roster.
Well, it's
in the
because
NFL. It's a perfect situation.
It's a perfect situation for a quarterback like himself. They
For a
draft
rookie quarterback.
no, like himself. They drafted
Him
somebody
especially, but
who can
also
fit the
for-
system. They coincide. They work together.
I'm going to say...
Someone who fits the system and a system that fits the person.
The last thing I'm going to say is people like to say Trevor Lawrence sucks now, but Mac Jones is good. If you were to put Trevor Lawrence in that offense, what do you think it looks like?
Not as good as it does.
Oh, that's a bad
Not as good as it does.
We're going to move on after that.
Not as good as it does.
Where are you going?
Get a water.
Okay, we're going to move on to that. We're going to go to the 8-4 Tennessee Titans. Gavin, pretender or
They're
contender?
done. They're done. Pretender. They got nobody. They're hurt. If they were healthy, hell yeah. They're not healthy.
I think even if they were healthy, to be honest with you, I'd still say they're a pretender. I think they're a pretender. I really do.
No, I agree because they're all hurt. If they weren't, I'd say they're a contender.
The only reason I'd be on the edge again,
Except for the fact that they lost to the Jags and they lost to the Jets. That hurts. That hurts my.
No, it wasn't the Jags. It was the Texans.
It was the Texans.
Yeah.
Same thing. Whatever they
Might be
both
even
suck.
worse. Might be worse.
Yeah,
Because the Jets beat the Texans,
That's true, but yeah, the Jets beat.
and then the Jags beat the Bills. So
Yeah, that's true. That's
So
what it was.
I'm going to say pretender. Obviously, because of injuries, even if they're fully healthy, I might still say pretender. I don't trust them to go on the same run they went on 2 years ago.
Alright.
Next one, 8-4 Ravens.
I want to say pretender, but I think they still are a contender just because AFC is AFC. But like you said, the cover zero. If you want to talk about that, how
So it's
Lamar
been,
can't do
and this
shit.
is another reason I'm going to say they're pretender, and it goes.
That's why I want.
It goes to coaching and it goes to Lamar as a quarterback. Right now, as my boy Dan Orlovsky, shout out to all the Dan Orlovsky haters, as he pointed out, the last month and a half of football, Lamar Jackson has severely struggled. He has like 6 interceptions. He had 4 in one game. And what teams are doing is they're just coming out and running cover zero. So for the non-football fan that watches this, it's no high safeties, and it's an all-out blitz, man on the outsides, everybody's in man coverage, and you're sending the house basically. And as a quarterback, you need to know your hots. You need to know, okay, I get a cover zero look, I'm catching the ball and I'm going here and getting rid of it. Right? More often than not, it might be a 50-50 ball, it might be a man beater. As a coach, you need to install on every single play. If it's a 5-step, every single play there should be a hot route. If you're in a 3-step, they're basically all hot routes. But if you're in a 5-step, there needs to be a hot route.
In Madden, it's the red one. In Madden, it's the red route.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's your hot route.
That's a good point. But if you're in a 5-step, you got to have a hot on every play. And as a coach, right, 1, you need to have a hot, and 2, you need to make sure that your quarterback knows where your hot is. You know, and
Well, I mean, I think he knows that. I just think he's.
But then why is he not throwing it?
I think he's just scared. And I mean, teams are playing pretty good defense. They know that they literally have to cover for 3 seconds.
Right.
It's like keep your man in front of you for 3 seconds.
And Lamar's not the most accurate, but like
Exactly,
we
that
saw in
hurts.
the 2-point conversion against the Steelers, like they just
Ballsy
manned up and
move.
blitzed.
I respect that decision.
It was and it worked because 1, you're asking Lamar to make an accurate throw, which we know more often than not he's not going to do, and 2, you got T.J. Watt coming off the edge in his face, untouched.
Yeah.
You know, there's not many guys off the edge that I would take over T.J. Watt. Maybe 2, not even. So it's a problem they got to fix, and until they fix it, it's been a problem for a month and a half. I'm going to say pretender.
That's fair. I don't hate it.
Next one, Cowboys 8-4.
Contender.
I agree.
Contender.
Especially
They go with Dak, obviously. We
Yep.
talked about that before, but
Yep.
contender. I mean, we'll see this week. We'll talk about them playing this week against the football team. But yeah.
yes. So
We'll get
I
that
say
later.
contender.
I say contender also.
They have the offensive firepower. Rams 8-4.
Contender.
See,
Obviously.
I'm kind of on the
You can't
fence about
can't
this.
say pretender for the Rams. They're gonna figure it out. They're gonna make it to the playoffs,
But
and they
here's
have
the-
enough manpower. Like, look how good that
Right.
team is.
Right.
On paper, best team in the league.
And here's the only thing. I think I'm going to say contender.
You have to say contender. If
Because
you didn't say
I'm-
contender, I would have walked out.
Right. Well, on paper, obviously, like you said, they're the most talented team in the NFL.
They just have to figure it
One,
out.
and Matthew Stafford he's playing a lot worse than his stats show.
Oh yes.
So 1, he needs to figure it out. 2, the defensive coordinator needs to stop putting Jalen Ramsey on a tight end on 3rd and short.
I agree with that.
Right? So they need to fix something on defense. You have all these big names and you can't stop a cold. So you got to figure that out. Also, they play the Cardinals on Monday night, I believe.
Yes, we're gonna talk about that game.
So if they lose that game, which I think they win, I really think they win this game.
it's in Arizona.
Yes.
We
And
don't need to discuss it. We'll talk about it after.
we'll talk about it. But if they lose this game, they lose the division.
Yes.
And do I trust them to go on the road as a wild card
No.
to win a game? Not right now. So I'm going to say contender, but if they lose,
They are
I'll probably say
contenders.
pretender. Chargers,
Pretender.
7-5.
Pretender.
Pretender. Okay. Why is that?
I think they're gonna get a wild card, but I don't think they're gonna do anything in the playoffs.
Why?
They just haven't shown. They've been so inconsistent. Like they started off
They have
hot.
been very inconsistent.
First few games, hot. Justin Herbert, great. He's a good quarterback, but he's just been playing so.
He's a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah.
Let's get that straight.
Top 10. But he's been playing inconsistent. He's been playing inconsistent. With the rest of the team, the defense, I don't know what's going on with them. They show up some weeks are unbelievable, and then they just drop the ball.
Their pass defense is very good. I believe it's
Yeah.
top 5.
It is.
Their run defense is bottom 3 in the
It's
league.
atrocious.
Yeah.
It's
very
I mean,
bad.
obviously, but I don't know.
It's very bad. And I'm going to say pretender too, for that reason. One,
I think there's teams that they just can't compete with.
Oh, yeah,
in the
100%.
AFC. That's just not even be close.
They couldn't stop
I think
you.
I think the Titans would still beat them.
they couldn't stop you if you were running back.
No, they couldn't.
You know, I mean, and you're pretty easy to tackle.
False.
But they couldn't stop you. So I'm the same way. I love Justin Herbert, but he's also only in his 2nd year. With that defense, I don't know if he can overcome that obstacle.
I mean, he's been playing inconsistent too. Don't blame it on the defense.
Pretender. Bengals 7-5. Contender or pretender?
Pretender. I don't think
Pretender.
I don't think they're going to get out of the AFC like that.
I'm going to say contender. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it.
I don't think they have a shot in hell of winning.
Here's why I say this.
Not a chance.
Here's why I say this. I expect the Ravens to continue their downward slope. I don't trust the Browns. I definitely don't trust the Steelers. There's an outside chance they win the division. Even if they don't. I believe in Joe Burrow. I love Joe Burrow. They have talent on the outsides. They have a running back. Right? They have a good run game now. Their defense this year has been up and down, but it's shown flashes. If they can piece it all together, they're a dangerous team. They have a lot of talent.
If you asking me that 5 weeks ago, Contender. Ask me now, they've skipped a little. They've been skipping.
Yeah, they've been inconsistent.
Yeah, that's what scares me.
And we saw it against the Chargers. They came out and they were down 17-0.
This is where teams get their stride.
Back.
This is where teams get their stride. I think
December
this week
football
is going to be a big tell
Yep.
of who's where. Like,
December football is maker.
Next week, come back to me maybe, because I got the 49ers this week. We'll talk about that game too.
Yep.
I don't know. I could be saying different things because the 49ers are a scary team.
They are. Next one. Bills, 7-5. Contender or pretender?
As of now, contender. If they get rolled by the Bucks, pretender.
I'm going to say pretender. I'm huge on
If
the Bills.
they're 7-6, that's bad.
I'm huge on the Bills. I'm huge on Josh Allen. I think a team like them, you can't stop the run, and you have no running game. You get to colder weather, especially in Buffalo. That's just not going to help you.
Yeah.
You need to make some improvements there before I say you're a contender.
Yeah, I mean, them being 7-6 is what scares me. As of now, I'm going to say contender. We'll see what happens this week against the Bucs.
That's fair. Colts, 7-6.
Contender. They are the scariest team in the AFC, in my opinion.
Agreed. They have a dominant run game.
Unbelievable.
Carson Wentz has showed that he might have figured it out.
I hate him, but yes.
T.Y. Hilton is finally getting healthy, and their defense is playing solid. So.
Yes, they're good. That's another good all-around team.
And I trust Frank Reich.
I put them in the top 5 for all-around structured teams.
I did too. They just had a really bad start.
Yeah, they did.
And I think
Carson Wentz not knowing.
Well, I think part of that was because
I don't hate him.
Frank Reich. Take it from me. I was a Jonathan Taylor owner on fantasy. Frank Reich.
Traded him.
Well, I traded him. I've been 5-2 since I traded him, so I don't know how that works.
What's Jared been since you traded him to him?
I believe 5-2.
Okay.
So it made both of us better. Anywho, Frank Reich for the first 4 weeks and they were 0-4, just wanted to throw. Didn't realize how good Jonathan Taylor was. Realized it. Now they run. Now they're winning. Last one. 49ers currently sitting at 6-6.
I like the Niners. They're my sleeper team. That's why I'm going to say contender just because they're my sleeper team in my opinion. And if they make it to the playoffs, I wouldn't want to play them.
I wouldn't either.
I don't think any team would want to play them.
I'm going to say pretender only because if they do make it to the playoffs, they're going to be in a wild card. They're going to be on the road.
That doesn't bother me.
I don't trust Jimmy G. I don't.
You don't need to trust Jimmy G.
I know he's made it to Super Bowl.
Times.
Yeah, but do I trust Elijah Mitchell and Trey Sermon? Or I don't even know. Trey Sermon's not even healthy. Do I trust Elijah Mitchell? No, I don't.
I don't either, but I just like
that defense is banged up all the time.
It's fine.
I also don't trust Kyle Shanahan at this point.
You're shitting on Jimmy G. He's been to the Super Bowl already. He's
I get that. I get that.
I mean, they got bowled in the Super Bowl, but that was when the Chiefs were.
That roster was also significantly better than they are now.
Oh yes, that defensive line was the best in the league at the time.
Yeah, and their secondary was good too.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into these matchups we got coming up for Week 14. What do we got?
We'll start with Ravens Browns just because it's divisional. And
I like that. Good game.
Yeah, we got the Ravens 8-4.
Shit game, but good game.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a shit game. It's in Cleveland.
Yep.
Ravens 8-4. The Browns are 6-6.
Yep. Browns are off a bye.
Yep. Baker's off. That means Baker's off a bye. Hopefully, he got a little healthy this week, but who knows?
Hopefully, Kevin Stefanski can figure something out so they can actually throw the ball and move the ball.
Browns are favored by 2.5.
And that, to me, seems like a trap line because
it's because it'd be even basically.
Well, the Ravens are technically a half-point favorite if you take out the home field advantage.
Yeah.
But you're telling me based off watching these two teams that the Ravens should only be a half-point favorite, even though they lost to the Steelers.
Cover 0, baby. Lamar can't move.
Here's the thing. Denzel Ward is a very, very, very good man.
Cleveland's also grass, not turf. Lamar can't play on grass, especially when it's cold, and it's going to be cold.
Yes.
Because he can't move as good.
Like I said, Denzel Ward's a very good man corner. I expect him to follow Marquise Brown, who's Lamar's go-to. Only thing you have to worry about is Mark Andrews. But I mean, off a bye, I would expect their offensive game plan to be significantly better than we've seen.
All right, Ravens or Browns? -2.5.
Browns are -2.5?
Yes.
I'm gonna go Browns.
I'm going Browns too.
I think the public's all over the Ravens probably.
I don't know about that.
I think they will be.
The fact that it's in Cleveland, people don't take into account Lamar can't play on grass because he can't get the footing. And it's going to be so cold.
He can't cut like you.
Yeah. All right, either way, Browns. Both on Browns.
I like the Browns too. That's going to be a good game. I don't know what the total is on it, but I'd lean under too. I had the under in the last game between them. It was like 47, and they scored
That's weather dependent. Raiders Chiefs in Kansas City -9.5 for the Chiefs. That's a big spread.
It is a big spread,
but it's easily coverable.
Here's what I'm going to say: the Chiefs have not been very good against the spread this season so far. I like the Chiefs here in the spot.
I want to say Raiders, but they just don't have it. The Chiefs defense finally showed up. The Raiders offense has nothing.
That Chiefs defense has carried them the last few weeks. I don't know. That's a good question.
That's a big add-on to that, but either way.
The Chiefs defense has carried them the last 3 weeks.
They have.
They've been playing so well since Chris Jones came back because they finally have a pass rush. So that takes out the hole in that horrible secondary because they don't have to guard for as long.
Yeah.
They don't have to defend for as long. So that pass rush helps.
-9.5.
The only thing is,
that's big.
Pat Mahomes hasn't thrown for 2 touchdowns in the last 6 games, I believe.
That doesn't bother me though. I feel like that's just like, oh, he's going to show up one day and there's
agreed. But for a spread a line at 9.5, you need your quarterback to be able to move the ball. He's been struggling lately. He's figured it out a little bit.
I still think they put up 30 points.
Oh, I do too. The Raiders defense is okay.
Yeah,
but
30, this is like a 30-14 type of game in my opinion.
Yeah, they need to get Travis Kelce going. That's it.
I'm probably not gonna bet the game, but I'm gonna say
either.
Chiefs with that. So
I might teaser the Chiefs.
Somebody,
might teaser the Chiefs down to 3.5, but that's about it.
This is one of my top games this week. Cowboys football team.
Ooh.
The football team are getting 4.5, which is also
interesting division. I saw it at 4 this morning. That's weird that it's gone on Cowboys' favor.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy guaranteed a victory this week. Don't know if I like that as a bettor. I was all over the Cowboys -4. I think it's kind of a trap. Washington at home, they've won 6 games in a row, 4 games in a row, something like that.
Yes.
And you look at it and you say the Cowboys have been playing like shit lately. I like the Cowboys here.
I also like the Cowboys, but I like Heineke. I like Heineke
I do
a lot.
too. He's a dog.
He is.
He's a dog.
He's unbelievable. That guy's got passion.
Oh my god! But the McCarthy quote really scares me because I could see this going 100% the opposite way.
Hey, it all goes back to Dak.
It does. It
always is at Dak. It's how he
Which
plays.
Dak are we going to see?
It's going to be cold. It's going to be cold. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be pretty cold in Washington this week. I looked at the temperature earlier. I think it was going to be...
Why would you look at the temperature in Washington?
No, I looked at because it gives you the game temperatures, what the projections
what?
are. ESPN tells you that.
I haven't had ESPN since I was in high school.
All right,
I used the Score app.
My bad.
If you're a bettor, it gives you all the betting lines.
Well, it gives you lines there too.
ESPN's up.
You just got to scroll down. Gives you
nice. Well, I'm going Cowboys. I think the Cowboys, if the line gets to like 5.5, 5, now I'm a little scared. Now I'm a little scared. At 4.5, I'll probably end up taking it.
That's a 7-point spread though, because they're at home.
Yeah, they're a touchdown favorite technically.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna lead Washington with the points, just because with the points. I think Cowboys win, but I think they keep it close.
That's fair. That's one thing we always take for granted is we say, oh, the Cowboys win this game, and we automatically think no matter what the spread is, we're gonna bet that spread. You know, but like, just because they're going to win the game doesn't mean they're going to cover.
I think Washington's going to keep it close.
I do too.
I also think money's going to go on the Cowboys, and I think that spread's going to move up to 5.5 by game time.
Probably. And in that case, I will not take it.
Yeah, no way. I'll take it for the plus 5.5. Yeah.
Maybe your teaser, Cowboys.
49ers Bengals in Cincinnati.
This is a hell of a football game.
That's 1.5 point spread. The Bengals are getting 1.5.
Dude, as a bettor, I don't even know what angle to look for.
Give me the Niners.
Why?
I like the Niners. They're my sleeper team. That's true.
I don't even know what angle to look for. I really don't.
The real question is, Debo's not back.
I don't think he's back.
I don't think he's back this week either.
But I mean, dude, George Kittle, 9 receptions, 180 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Well, that dude's a tank. That dude, he just
won.
He took over as the current best tight end in the league, in my opinion, right there.
Yeah, Kelsey's been struggling this year.
Yes, he has. I mean, Gronk's been playing good again too. Like that dude.
He also missed like 6 games, so you can't count.
That's fine though.
But I don't know who on the Bengals is covering George Kittle.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know who's
covering him. He's still going to get open.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know who can cover him. But
nobody in the NFL can cover him.
I can't touch this game. I will watch this as a football fan because that's going to be a hell of a football game. And
give me a 9.
I said this earlier before the show. This game is a make or break in my opinion for both teams. I think the loser is basically eliminated from contention. I think the winner is in a very good spot.
That's why I need these Niners to win. Sleeper team. Let's go.
I don't know. That's going to be a hell of a game. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Bengals still have a shot even if they lose.
Well, obviously,
their division is just shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could also get the wild card.
That's true. Good point. Bills Bucks. Bucks -3.5.
Another great game
in Tampa. In Tampa. Now this game, we got like the opposites on each end here.
Yeah,
The Bucks who can run,
Yep.
and the Bills who can't stop the run.
Yep.
The Bills who can throw, and the Bucks who can't protect on pass. They can't guard passes.
Yeah, they can't defend the pass.
Their pass defense is atrocious this year.
It's a matchup. It's a matchup mismatch for both teams on both sides of the football. So, I mean, I don't know what the total is. I would imagine, if I had to guess, probably 50.5 off the top of my head.
I think it's going to be more than
I'll
that.
check that after the game.
52.
But, yeah,
see if I can find it.
I would lean the over because it's going to be a shootout, just like we saw with the Colts and Bucks last week. But that's the same kind of thing. The Colts are kind of the same team as the Bills, essentially, just the Colts have a better run defense and a much better run game. So, actually,
they're not even close.
They're nothing like the Bills. I don't know where I was going with that.
Dude?
Anyway, but I would take the over in that. I like
53.5.
50. Yeah. That's a high number.
I'd
I'd still take it. Anywho,
52,
I also think the Bills win this game.
Mm-mm.
I think this is
Tampa.
I think this is a trap game.
You saying straight up they win the
What's
game?
the line?
3.5.
So you mean to tell me you take out home field advantage and only a half-point favorite after watching the Bills last game? It's a trap. Either stay away from it or bet the Bills. I'm telling you, it's a trap right now.
Cool.
I'll come on this next show.
Give me the Bucks. Give me the Bucks.
Take the Bills. I'll meet you at the counter.
What counter? Your bank account? Going to take money out to give it to your bookie? Because you suck?
Okay, well, even if the Bucks do win, I'm just not going to pay you what you want.
That's fucked up.
No, but I seriously do like the Bills in this game. I think they're due, and I think this is, again, another make-or-break team for the Bills. If they lose, they're in a bad spot.
Oh, if they lose,
They're in a bad
that's
spot.
going to be hilarious. I love that.
So I think
makes me
it's
so
make or break.
happy as a Pats fan.
I'll be taking the Bills.
7-6. That drops them.
Also, another thing we
down.
forgot to do, we neglected to do, we didn't pick out our best bets. So we're going to have to kind of do that on the
Yeah,
fly.
I already knew about that. I thought about that at the beginning.
Alright.
We got the Rams-Cardinals game. That's one more game to talk about because it's Monday night. Rams 8-4, Cardinals 10-2. Cardinals best record in football. Kyler Murray's back. DeAndre Hopkins is back. They've been back. I like the Rams. It's Cardinals minus 2.5, and it's in Arizona.
I like the Rams, too.
Give me the Rams.
It sounds like another trap line. It really does.
I like the Rams.
The Cardinals at home, and you take out home field advantage, they're a half-point dog
To
the Rams, who have been playing like shit.
Give me the Rams.
Give me the Rams.
That's in my best bets. Rams plus 2.5 all day.
Jalen Ramsey on D-Hop, hopefully instead of the tight end. Take D-Hop out of the game. You have a good front seven to stop the run. James Conner, they live off James Conner touchdowns. So I like the Rams in this game.
Rams.
Divisional matchup. Cardinals got rolled last time, or the Cardinals rolled over the Rams last game. I believe they played, right?
I didn't hear you. I had zoned out for a second.
The Cardinals beat the Rams last game, right? I believe they already played.
Yes, they did play already.
And I believe the Cardinals rolled them, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they did.
So I don't expect that this time. I really don't. I'm expecting the Rams to come out punching. And
So that's one of your best bets, because that's one of mine.
No, it's not. I'm not going to put it in my best bets. I'm really not.
I am. Rams plus 2.5, that's one of mine.
I'm not going to put it in my best bets. I got to look at my best bets, so.
And then I can go through mine. And I got Browns plus 2.5. Give me the Browns over the Ravens. I don't think the Ravens move the ball at all this week. I think we're going to see Lamar have another terrible game. 1 or 2 picks. I think I might go for I bet you the pick. What do you think the pick spread will be on that? 1.5?
What?
On Lamar?
How many picks he'll throw?
Yeah.
Probably over under 1.5.
Yeah. I might take that over. That's,
Or half.
if it's half, I'm all 100% taking it. So I'm going to go Browns plus 2.5. Then I'm going to look for the Chiefs, even though I want to see the Raiders do good, and I think they can, but they got nothing, and the Chiefs have been playing. Their defense, the fact that their defense has been carrying them, makes me want to just stick with them. I think their offense is going to show up this week because the Raiders' defense, it's okay. It's not good enough. This is a chance for the Chiefs to really show out. It's in Kansas City. Weather's starting to change. They always play good. Patrick Mahomes always plays good in the cold.
What was this bet? What was this bet?
Chiefs Raiders.
What's your bet?
Chiefs.
Okay.
The 9.5 point spread's a lot. I'm not going to argue that, but I still think they cover. I don't think they have much of an issue moving the ball in the Raiders at least. Divisional though, that's also scary.
That is scary.
What
You
do
done with yours?
Yeah.
All right. As I said, I got the Bills-Bucks over 53.5. I think it's going to be similar to the Colts game.
I agree.
Mismatch on both sides of the ball. I think it's going to be a shootout. Who can score the most points?
Well, you did all over unders, huh?
Yeah, I did. I did all over unders, and I usually try to stay away from over unders. So that's a little weird.
I never hit over unders.
I don't either. So tonight's game, Vikings Steelers. We didn't talk about it because this is going to be posted probably in the middle of the game. I have Vikings Steelers over 43.5. That's the total I got it at. It opened at 45. It dropped down to 43.5 this morning. I got it there. Went back up to 45. So I'm confident in this play. I like the over 43.5. He got it at 44. So if he loses, I told him to bet it. If he loses, I'm going to be.
If he loses, I'm going to break his neck.
And okay, that's good. And then, as I said here on the podcast before, big believer in after week 10, like late in the season, big believer in divisional game unders because both teams have likely already played. Right? It's usually colder weather. Teams know each other. I'm going Panthers-Falcons under 42. Panthers, they fired Joe Brady, their offensive coordinator, so one, they're going to have a new offensive system, kind of. Two, they fired him because they said they want to run the ball more, so as we know, running the ball chews clock.
Well, they don't have a quarterback, so that's why they got to run the ball more.
And that's, again, to my point. They don't have a quarterback who can throw the ball, so I don't expect them to get big chunk plays.
No.
Unless Christian McCaffrey breaks. Oh, he's out.
He's out.
Yeah, it's even. I like it even more. So
I'm surprised it's at 42 points.
I don't expect them to get big chunk plays. And then the Panthers' defense is legit in my eyes. I don't see the Falcons moving the ball at all. Maybe scoring 10 points in this defense throughout the whole game. So give me under 42. It's low for a reason. It wants you to take the over.
I'm surprised it's that high.
I like the under. So those are my three best bets, and that is what I'm going to be rolling with. Hopefully by the time we get there, hopefully I'm not down too much.
He will be.
The last 2 weeks I've had to make a big comeback.
A substantial
on Sundays.
comeback.
And
He got lucky.
I pulled it. It's not luck. If you hit 6 teams, it's not a luck.
It's luck. It's all
I've
luck.
done it 2
that
weeks in
parlay
a
was
row.
a joke.
I've done it 2 weeks in a row. So don't count me out.
He got lucky.
All right. Thanks for watching. See you next episode.